Welcome back. Now that you know where your identity is currently at and you went into that next step of really making that conscious choice around the next layer of your identity, the next piece we get to go into is all about embodying the version of you that has already manifested what you desire. Now, when you go through this process, I've seen people go through this and I've seen them quantum leap their reality and literally allow their future self to be embodied right here, right now. It is a powerful, powerful activation and process that we're going to go into. And everything we did in the last lesson was to set you up for this moment right now. Now, when it comes to embodying your highest self, it's super important that we don't just do this from the mind and we understand what our highest self is like, but we actually show up as them. We actually take action in our lives to be that version of ourselves. So here's what you need to know. We are multidimensional beings having a multidimensional experience. There is a version of you across time and space out in your future that has already manifested what you desire. You had a taste of this in the last activation. You looked in that mirror. You saw, you felt, you connected with that version. And what's important to know is that version of you has desire for what you're looking to manifest. Now, desire is not a bad thing. Desire is a great thing. Desire is how your soul speaks to you. If you didn't have desire for your manifestations, then they probably wouldn't be in alignment from your soul. They wouldn't be in alignment for you to manifest. So when your soul is speaking to you through these desires, your highest self is literally guiding you into greater alignment. Greater alignment to what? Greater alignment to actually living from your soul right here, right now, in this human experience. So we're going to go into a deeper conversation in a future lesson in this quest around time. But for now, please know that time is a construct and it's also an illusion. And it's also something that when you understand your quantum reality and your energetic field, you get to play with it. This is how my clients have been able to quantum leap their results and create results in every area of their lives that seem barely recognizable versus where they were at. This is how you get to now create results with your manifestations where people turn around and say, but how did you do that in such a short period of time? I told you at the beginning of this quest to expect magic and expect miracles. This piece is a huge part in allowing these magical, miraculous manifestations to come in quantum speed. We do this by connecting with the version of you that has already manifested what you desire. And we bring that version of you from your future into the right now. So in order to go into this activation, we need to do a little bit of prep and a little bit of setup process. Again, asking yourself some quality questions, just like you did yesterday, and receiving some quality answers in order to go into these next layers. So the version of you that has already manifested what you desire, I want you to start connecting with that version. Now you might think, Regan, I don't know what that version is like because that's not me right now. You might also say, Regan, is this about faking it till you make it or becoming something you're not? No. This is not about faking it till you make it. This is not about becoming something you're not. This is about getting into radical authenticity with the truth of who you are. This is about saying yes to living from your soul. This is about allowing yourself to download that future version of you that is wanting to be embodied right here, right now on this planet, so that you can show up in a bigger way, so that you can manifest in a bigger way, so that ultimately you can leave the mark that you're here to leave on this planet and leave this planet a better place. So when you start connecting across time and space with that version of you, You get to start downloading some of this information by asking yourself some specific questions. This is called the highest self recalibration process. And you get to ask yourself, okay, this version of me out in the future, how does this version of me think? How does this version of me walk? How does this version of me talk? How does this version of me show up in my daily life? This version of me that is already living into my manifestations, what's different about them versus who I am now? And look at this holistically in your life. Remember, we're holistic beings having a holistic experience. Even if you're focusing on this one focus area right now, how is this version of you doing life through all the other different categories of your life? How does this version of you show up for your physical body? How do you move your physical body each and every single day? What kind of foods does this version of you choose to fuel itself with? What kind of thoughts and patterns of the mind and what emotions does this version of you embody? What does this version of you in your future say yes to that maybe you didn't say yes to in the past? What does this version of you say no to that maybe you wouldn't have said no to before? What does this version of you no longer tolerate? What does this version of you do when you connect every single day to your vision? How does this version of you manifest? What's different? These are questions to start your exploration, but play with this and go deeper with this. And then once you've done this, we're going to actually activate and embody this into your system. So, your soul work for today is to firstly do the highest self recalibration process. And you can do this across both manifestations. Your manifestation for this quest and also your larger manifestation. For this piece, connect overall with the highest version of you. Go through the recalibration, download the information, get clear, get specific and get precise. And most importantly, start to feel what it feels like when you start downloading this specific information. Then we're going to go into a powerful closed eye energetic architecture process where we're going to be anchoring in your highest self and allowing yourself to embody this right here, right now. You set this up in the last lesson. You went through that choice point and chose your highest self in that last lesson. And now, once you've gone through the first task and you're clear on all these pieces and how this version of you walks and talks and thinks and acts and shows up differently, once you have all of that information, come and join us and go deep into this activation so that we can integrate this and start the embodiment process of this. So assuming now that you've completed your first piece of soul work, let's dive deeper into this activation. Allow yourself to sit or lie in a comfortable position, gently closing your eyes, turning inwards right now. Centering yourself with your breath and allowing yourself to gently lean into your intention of embodying and activating the highest version of you, integrating it out from your future into the right now, so that you may show up in a more powerful way, so that you may allow your manifestations to come forward into your physical reality with more ease, more grace, and more flow on an accelerated timeline. That's right. Anchor yourself in. Allow a red laser beam to shoot from your tailbone and anchor you right now into the crystalline core of the earth, and simultaneously allowing a golden laser beam of light to shoot up through your crown, connecting you right now to your unique soul star, allowing you to be guided, grounded, present, protected, and supported, heaven on earth embodied right here, right now. Surrounding yourself with a ball of golden white light and simply dropping and dissolving any energies, vibrations, or frequencies that are not of service out of your system now, cleansing and purifying your field. Beautiful. And as you allow yourself to drop even deeper into this state of alchemy, this state of recalibration and activation, go ahead and notice that a being of golden white light has appeared before you. You may see this being, you may feel them, you may just simply know they are there. Either way is perfect. And as you connect even deeper with this being, you continue to notice that they feel rather familiar. Indeed, this being is your highest self that has come back from your future all the way to right now in order to assist you and facilitate this upgrade and the full and complete activation and integration of your highest self, this recalibration of your identity. That's right. So as you connect with this being of golden white light, this version of you from your future that has come back all the way to right now, you begin to remember that this version of you walks and talks and thinks and acts a certain way in alignment with what you went into in that first soul task. That's it. Notice that this version of you is literally already encoded with all of the pieces of information, all of the codes, all of the structures, everything desired and required in order for you to embody your divine manifestations and have them show up with ease, with grace, and with flow. All of that information is already within your highest self, right here, right now. That's right. Beautiful. And from this space of openness and receptivity, go ahead and allow your highest self to now come closer into your four body system, allowing this version of you to hover gently above your head, above your crown. And then from this place, go ahead and gently allow your highest self to now enter the top of your head, dropping gently down, illuminating your brain center, activating parts of your unconscious mind and your conscious mind and your consciousness. Beautiful, allowing for a full and complete brain illumination as your highest self gently drops down even deeper through your brain center, dropping down through your throat right now. Beautiful, dropping gently down, activating the throat, activating your capacity to speak into your manifestations. Speak your truth from your highest self. Speak the things that maybe you didn't have the capacity to speak before, activating all of this through this energy center right now. Beautiful. And dropping down even deeper and deeper right now until your highest self is resting gently within the field of your heart, activating your heart, updating the geometries within your heart, opening and expanding your heart center, allowing your heart to be a portal of information in and information out, always filtered through the filters of your highest self. That's right. Beautiful. And just as your highest self rests gently within the field of your heart, go ahead and simply allow your highest self to now implode into every single cell of your being, allowing every single cell to wake up and receive all of the pieces of information encoded within your highest self, allowing the light from your highest self to encode every single cell of your being, allowing the frequency and the vibration of your highest self to flood through every single cell of your being, allowing yourself to receive the feeling of how good it feels to be fully and completely embodied in your highest self. And from this state, this frequency and this vibration, go ahead and double that feeling. Let it rush through every single cell of your being. And now go ahead and triple that feeling, letting it vibrate through every single cell. You may feel this. You may just simply know it is happening. Either way is absolutely perfect as we allow any old DNA that is no longer required or in alignment or useful and is not synced with your higher self, we allow this old DNA to simply drop, dissolve, and clear and shift out of your field right now, out of your system with ease, with grace, and with flow, and allowing the new DNA from your highest self to come online now and be embodied, allowing these strands of your DNA to wake up and fully turn on and be activated, activating your innate gifts from your highest self, activating the innate lessons from your highest self, activating your unique frequency from your highest self, activating all of this through your system now. Beautiful. As you allow this new vibration to settle within your system, I decree and declare that the unique energetic signature of your highest self be now run through your entire four-body system right now. And I request that it be run at the highest possible frequency, that your system is able to easily integrate and stabilize with ease, with grace, and with flow. That's right. As you gently begin to remember who you are. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. I say yes to my highest self. I say yes to my highest self. I say yes to my highest self through every single cell of my being. I am my highest self. I am my highest self. I am my highest self. I remember. I remember. I remember. Beautiful. Requesting that all of these shifts, upgrades, and transformations continue to stabilize and anchor in until they are fully actualized, integrated, embodied, and complete. I decree and declare that you now walk and talk and think and act and make choices in every single way from your highest self. That's right. Beautiful. Having so much gratitude for your highest self in this divine activation. Having so much gratitude for your guides. So much gratitude for you, the alchemist that you are, the manifestor that you are, the highest being that you are. That's right. As you gently allow yourself to come back into presence and back into the now, and when you are ready, now you can gently open your eyes. Welcome back, and welcome into your new reality. Welcome into the full and complete embodiment of your highest self. I know the feeling, and it feels really good to be you, more of you, all of you. It feels really good to allow the most authentic, shiny, powerful version of you to be embodied. And now that version of you gets to be expressed in your life. Your next piece of soul work is to write out a minimum of 3 things that you are now committed to taking action on now in your life in order to allow for an acceleration of your manifestations. What are you committed to? What are your commitments from your highest self? Share in the tribe your breakthroughs, your transformations, your commitments, and how was this activation for you? I'm looking forward to celebrating you and witnessing the embodiment of your highest self. Thank you so much for going deep. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next lesson.